Proactivity hacks for entrepreneurs. Listen, time management can be a really daunting task for many people, new entrepreneurs, seasoned entrepreneurs, new business owners, and even some seasoned guys. The cool thing is I've been through the ringer, I've figured a few things out, and I'm going to give you some proactivity hacks to help you manage your time and your schedule today. What's up, guys? My name is Chris with Warrior Consulting, and I work with entrepreneurs nationally and internationally to start, build, grow, and scale their business to the multi-million-dollar mark and beyond. And guess what? Today, I want to show you guys some love, specifically to those of you that love my content. And for anybody that loves my content and wants a free guide on how to scale as an entrepreneur, all you have to do is drop the word entrepreneur below, and I'm going to give you a free copy of my guide and video, Scaling Entrepreneur. I'm estimating around $10,000 worth of video and content I'm giving away this year, specifically just to you guys that like my content and comment with entrepreneur below to hook you guys up so you guys are winning too. So if you want this guide, drop entrepreneur below. I'm going to take care of the rest and hook you guys up. And with that said, let's get into the show. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you 5 tips to be super proactive as an entrepreneur. And some of you might think this stuff is pretty basic, but here's the thing, and this is what I've learned along my journey. The basic stuff is what works, okay? And the first thing that I'm going to teach you today is this, all right? To be proactive as an entrepreneur, one of the best things you could do is plan your week ahead of time, right? If it's not a week, a day, just one day. Just know what you're doing going into the day before that day comes. But in this case, what I'd recommend to you, what I've found has worked really well for myself, my students, and a lot of the high earners that I know is planning out your week ahead of time. So for instance, I'm going to talk you through exactly what I do to plan my weeks out ahead of time. I have a personal system that I use. Actually, I have several personal systems that I use on myself on Sundays. I typically like to do this on Sunday mornings. What I'll do is after I wake up, I do my morning routine. Typically, I review the week that I had just performed, or in other terms, the past week. I review it, I look at it, I analyze it. I have systems for percentages of how much I'm working to move the needle forward in the company, how much I'm working in the company, how much I'm working on the company, and I assess what I did in conjunction to where I want to go, okay? So after I do that, I have my list of things that needs to get done for the week to come, and I set up my week day by day, task by task. I do eight major tasks throughout the day to move the needle forward, and I set up typically 6 to 7 of those major tasks on Sunday for Monday through Saturday, or in some cases, Monday through Sunday. And those small variables of 1 or 2 things is maybe some important things that come up that I'll plan the night prior to those days happening. But if you want to really simplify it, okay, on Sunday, take like 3 major tasks for each day, or what a lot of people like is 5 major tasks for each day, Monday through Sunday, and set them up. Plan out your Monday with 5 tasks, your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all with 5 major tasks to move the needle forward, to grow your company, to make those sales, to hire that person, to fire that person, to do whatever you need to do to be proactive. Number 2, setting yourself up the night prior. So let's kind of like bridge off of what we just said. When it came to planning your weeks ahead of time, I mentioned in that you could also make sure that you plan your day at least a day ahead of time. For instance, let's say it's a Wednesday and I have only 7 of my 8 critical tasks planned out for Thursday. So I'm going to sit down Wednesday night after I'm done with everything. I'm going to look at those 7 critical tasks. Then I'm going to look at my list of things that I need to get done for the week. I'm going to pick from that and I'm going to put it on my critical tasks for the day to come, which means I'm ready for the day before it's there. Now, in addition to that, and I write about that in my book on several occasions, my book's over my shoulders and what I'm pointing at, is to do this. And before I explain what that is, I should mention my book's name, Dominate Your Day, A High Performer's Guide to Winning at Life. And I teach in the morning routine chapter an evening routine. And in the evening routine is exactly what I'm going to teach you now, which is being proactive as an entrepreneur is to set yourself up for the day to come. And what I teach in the book and what I'm going to teach you now is, and by the way, guys, the book is on YouTube for free. So if you're interested, just browse my YouTube channel, browse my content, and you will find my book for free. I'm not even trying to sell you anything. Of course, if you want to buy it, you're more than welcome to. But the point is, I teach it there. I'm teaching it here. And what you need to do is get yourself ready for the day to come. And what this can consist of is many things. If you have kids, getting your kids' lunch ready, getting their clothes ready, getting their morning ready. And then when it moves over to you, your clothes, your fruit, your food is specifically if you're a food prepper. Like, let's say you prepare your meals for the gym. You prepare your gym clothes. You prepare your work clothes. You prepare your car if it needs to be prepared. And having these sorts of decisions already made for yourself and prepared, what it does is it allows you to wake up the next morning and have everything ready for the day, from your critical tasks to your kids' stuff to your personal stuff, and you're ready to go. Number 3, when it comes to proactivity as an entrepreneur, I'd highly recommend this, which is take your heaviest, most time-consuming, most energy-consuming tasks for the day and do them first. For instance, okay, I still do my own numbers. I do all my own bookkeeping. I do all my own numbers. I do them 2 to 3 times a month, sometimes 4 times a month, depending on the month and how much money is going in and out. And this is a very time-consuming and a very energy-consuming task. So what I like to do is, after I do my morning routine, I'm usually done, around 6 or 7, depending on the day and the time that I get up. I take that first critical task, that heavy critical task. What I'm talking about is do your most heavy energy expenditure, time expenditure task first. And in this case, I would jump into my numbers, knock out my numbers, be done in typically about an hour, which is usually around 7 to 8 o'clock, and then move into the rest of my day. But if you can learn to take your most energy-consuming and time-consuming tasks and put them first on your priority list, what you're going to do is you're going to move the needle forward immediately every single day and have that sense of accomplishment. Your confidence is going to build, your proactivity is going to build, and fundamentally, the rest of the tasks should be a lot easier throughout the day. All right, guys, here's the 4th one. I had to count while actually speaking this because I lose count. 30-minute meetings. This is something I see fucked up more often than not, okay? And I see a lot of entrepreneurs having problems with this specific thing, specifically if you have a team, all right? If you have a team and you're running meetings for hours, you're wasting everybody's time. Most importantly, your people's time. Secondarily, your time. If a meeting is being had just to put information out, specifically is what I'm talking about, information put out from you to your team, like, hey, this is what we got to do today. This is how we need to get it done. All right, guys, you got any questions? No? Get to it. Very commonly in my businesses, this type of meeting lasts about 20 minutes. Everybody already knows what they need to do. I'm just putting it out and asking them if they have any questions on the topic. Now, keep in mind, there's all different types of meetings. This is just a directional meeting of the owner or the leader or the person in charge putting out the information to their people, figuring out if they have questions, and deciding on who they need to help and who needs the help first. There are different types of meetings, of course, and those meetings could last longer. But the point is, if your meetings are lasting longer than an hour and you're just putting information out, you're wasting time. Cut your meetings back. Stop talking about bullshit. Take care of what needs to be taken care of. Put out what needs to be put out. Talk to your people. Ask if they're okay. End the meeting and move on. Trust me, your team will enjoy you much more and enjoy your meetings much more because they know they're only going to take about 15 to 30 minutes and you can get right back to what you need to be doing, which is pushing the needle forward. All right, guys, number 5. This is going to be a little woo-ha, a little woo-hoo, a little spiritual, maybe a little religious, depending on how you look at it. Meditation. You want to be proactive? Meditate. Learn how to meditate. Learn how to visualize. Learn how to use your mind beyond what they teach in indoctrination. I mean school. Understand that your mind is far more powerful than 10%. Straight up. Your mind is way more powerful than 10%, which is what they teach in programming. I mean school. I keep confusing this term of school. Indoctrination, programming, communism, socialism. Oh, school. My bad. Just to keep you dumb fundamentally and give you skills to work for other people. But we're entrepreneurs and we work for ourselves and we work with our team. And what you need to know is, if you're not meditating as an entrepreneur, I'd highly recommend it, specifically if you want to be proactive. Understand that your mind is far more powerful than 10% or whatever that bullshit they say in school is, okay? And if you can learn to visualize specifically, which is a style of meditation, you can actually see what's going to happen, visualize it in your mind, and then it will come to fruition through manifestation as long as you put in the work. This is another topic that I also teach in my book, which you can find on YouTube for free. And I specifically walk through in one of my chapters a detailed vision that I have written for everybody to look at. And this is the 5th step of being proactive as an entrepreneur. Meditation, whether you're spiritual, religious, or not any of those, fundamentally, it will change your life as it did mine. All right, guys, if you got any questions, drop a comment below. If not, actually, guys, I really want to hear what you have to say on these topics, specifically if you're an entrepreneur. So drop a comment below. I really want to talk about these sorts of things with you and build this community. Otherwise, hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell, make sure you know when I'm dropping fire, and I'll catch you guys next time.